Hey everyone, Jess Birken from Birken Law Office here with my good friend Tom Wertish of Novallus Insurance. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me. We're going through this.
It's like jinxing thanks.
Yeah, for sure. Going through the stages of nonprofits and talking about what they need for different insurance products at the various phases. We're going through the adding employees or have employees phase right now. And I wanted to talk a little bit more about employment practices, liability insurance. Say that 10 times fast, right?
Employment practices, liability insurance. So this is key for the growing nonprofit, right? When you're small and scrappy and you had no employees, you probably weren't thinking about this kind of insurance. But as soon as you start hiring someone or even getting an executive director on a 1099 basis, see our work comp video about that. This is something that you need to consider for your growing organization.
Yeah, absolutely. So EPLI gets into, it's not the bodily injury side of it, it's more of the sexual harassment, wrongful termination, discrimination side of it. So those things that are employment related that can happen. So maybe give you an example of, let's say you have a long-term volunteer. They've been with you since the start, and now you've got this long-term...
Or you're starting a paid position.
Yeah, starting a paid position.
It's never existed before.
No, and you had this long-term volunteer, and she applied for it, and you didn't give it to her, you gave it to a different client. And this person felt like they didn't get it because they were, let's say, 6 months pregnant or something like that. And they sued you and saying, well, gosh, I didn't get this job because of this, protected status. Okay. Even if the lawsuit has no merit, how much are you going to pay to defend yourself?
Right. And again, this seems to be like a good refrain that we have is like, the cost of a year's worth of insurance or even 5 years worth of insurance is tiny compared to just the first 10 or 12 hours of defending yourself against even a frivolous lawsuit. So this is, if you're hiring at your nonprofit, this is really critical insurance to have.
Yeah.
Because let's admit it, right? If you're just starting out too, and you're just starting to hire, you're not necessarily going to have the top of the, world-class HR procedures. So it's really critical, not only that you get good HR procedures going, but that you have good insurance, because we all make mistakes and things happen. And even when we do our very best, sometimes people are unhappy.
Right.
Right? And sometimes stuff happens.
Absolutely. Yeah, and so when you're dealing with people, you're dealing with employees, think about EPLI. Like we said, a couple hours of time for an attorney costs a lot. An insurance policy, just to spend the money. Don't sink your nonprofit trying to defend yourself from something that might not have any merit.
Right. So not a whole lot else to say on that one, I don't think, other than
just really read the form and make sure you know what you have and make sure you know what's included and excluded, and use a good independent agent for something like that. Someone like myself. A little shameless plug. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, everybody.